Ever wonder how they make those little game cars look so much like real-life cars? Well, today we are going to learn about that. What they do is take a real-life car, measure everything and use what's called a scale to create a small version of it. What you get is this cute little miniature version. A scale is a ratio used to make something bigger or smaller. It is always the new divided by the original. We use scales in maps, drawings, and models of things. Let's watch a video on how we would solve problems like these.
In real life, we see things that are like maps and scale drawings all the time, and we don't really realize that they have used a scale to make those things. For example, the go-kart little cars that you had to play with when you were little, those were actually models of real cars, and they used the scale to make them miniature so that little kids could play with them. So let's go ahead and see, how do they do that? How do they know how big to make it so that it looks proportional to a real car? In this first example, it says that they have a scale drawing. So maybe an artist looked at a person and they're going to try and make the body proportional. Of course, if an artist is doing this, they're going to use some sort of scale. If the head of the person, you know, is I want to say 15 inches, then when they draw it, if they need to make it smaller than that to be able to fit on the paper. So the scale they're using here is 1 inch is 6 feet, representing 6 feet in real life, and the length of the drawing is 4.5. So they want us to figure out, to write a proportion so we can figure out what is the actual length in real life. Okay, so the first step that we see here is to write the proportion, and they're already helping us out by filling in some of the stuff that we need. So drawing over the actual. The first thing we're going to use is the ratio that they gave us, and we're going to put that on the left hand side. So we have 1 inch to 6 feet. And on the other side, we're going to put what information we know. Well, we know that the length is 4.5 inches. Now, you need to ask yourself, should it go on the top or on the bottom? Well, just like we've been seeing, guys, if we have inches on top, then on the other side, we need inches as well. So it would be 4.5 inches over question mark. We don't know. It could be an X, a Y, we don't know. So now we can do cross products like we've been doing with proportions, guys. We're going to use proportions for a lot of things. So we do our cross products. 1 times a number is 4.5 times 6. If I go ahead and multiply that, I get 27 is equal to 1 times a number. Well, the only number that you can multiply it 1 by something to get 27 is 27. So the actual length in real life, this person is actually 27 feet. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the example number 2. We have a map of Carolina, and this is a very, very common thing. If you've ever been on a road trip with your parents and they have the maps, even on a GPS, it'll give you kind of a scale of how much it is per each inch or centimeter that you're seeing. So, because of course, guys, we can't fit, you know, a picture of the whole world in real life size because it'd be huge. It wouldn't fit on a sheet of paper. So that's why we make a scale. A scale for this particular map is 1 centimeter is 75 kilometers, and they're saying the distance from Asheville to Relay is 4.4 centimeters. So on the map, that's how far away it is. We want to know how far away is it in real life. So we're going to use same thing, the ratio. We're going to go ahead and write that 1 centimeter equals 75 kilometers. So 1 centimeter is 75 kilometers. And on the other side, we're going to go ahead and write what we know. Well, we know the distance on the map is 4.4 centimeters. Again, centimeters was on top, so I'm going to put centimeters on top. And I don't know the denominator, it's my question mark. So I'm going to do my cross products again. So I have 1 times question mark equals 4.4 times 75, and that gives me 330. So some number times 1 is 330, so my final answer is 330 kilometers. Last one. Here they say that there is a mountain bike, and the mountain bike, the wheelbase is 260 centimeters. Well, they're going to make a drawing of this bike, and it says that in the scale drawing it is actually 4 centimeters. So here they're actually being a little bit tricky. They want us to find the scale. They didn't give it to us this time, so we need to work backwards.
Don't you just feel so smart now? Scales. They help us do so many things in real life, which is why it's so important to understand how they work. See you next time in learning more about the amazing world of math.